In a world filled with things on the internet, two men, one podcast, two pores.
Check one, check two, shit you know what to do. Primo, crush when I give it to you. Friend or foe, yo, state your biz. You tend to know? There it is. Me, I run the show. Oh, and these kids don't like nobody coming around here fucking with they dope and shit.
Yeah.
With the present though.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
Hello.
God, hello out there to the beautiful world of the cats and kittens coming to see us here at the Two Poor Podcast Studios in lovely Indian Trail, North Cackalack. Oh my God, I'm feeling it.
Okay. Are we
bad was
recording
that?
right now? Or no?
I was waiting
We're
for you to
actually
cut me
recording.
off.
I thought we were. Is this not pre-gaming? We're just
No,
we're just
man.
going to jump right into it.
No.
Okay. Hey, with no pre-show, no script, no nothing, live off the cuff. I'm not going to say out of
The pocket. Out of the pocket.
No, it's not happening. But yes, thank you for joining us once again for episode 8. Social media, friend or foe?
Is it friend or is it foe?
You be the judge. We're going to talk about it.
Are we okay with it? Are we not okay with it? Are you too old? You know what I'm doing?
Yeah.
I'm jumping right into it. We need to relax.
Just calm it down now. Calm
Main
it down
thing?
now.
Main
Hold your
thing?
caballos.
Don't panic.
Yeah.
Don't panic.
Don't
Let's
stress.
just go for it.
Don't
All
stress. Yes, thank you for joining us. As always, beautiful Indian Trail, North Carolina, live at the Two Poor Podcast Studios, which we have a special edition coming to the room that I wanted to surprise y'all with, but it's not here yet. It's not here yet.
It's not here yet.
Maybe one more week. So next episode, we should have something very special made for us by one of our listeners, and I'm excited.
I'm excited
to
about it.
say
I'm pumped about it.
I'm excited. So we're going to let that go on the next one. Also, thank you for joining us on social media. Please continue to share, like, subscribe, and pass it on to your friends and family. We love the support.
Pass it on, share it to us, because we're gonna mention something in a little bit about what we've been doing. But sharing our podcast, sharing the link on on your respective social media, which we are going to delve into.
Absolutely.
We will be sending out things to these winners, right? To people that are right.
Yeah, I mean, we can go ahead and do that. So the first
You wanna
shout
knock that
out,
out?
first shout out, I'm gonna give to Lindsay. We'll say Lindsay K. I'm not gonna say her last name, but she was our winner of our share and win contest. So this bottle right here, we are not going to drink. This is the bottle actually that's going to her, along with some Two Poor Podcast stickers. Lindsay, thank you for sharing and being a fan and interacting with us and, with the stuff that we're out here talking about and giving your feedback and everything like that and support. So we love you. Thank you very much.
That is very, very cool.
That's your bottle going to you and your boyfriend.
A little Buffalo Trace action, since we're not going to be drinking the Buffalo Trace bottle on the Two Poor Podcast.
We're not today.
I am sure if I could bet my last penny, I'm sure that Jason Bridwell has a little bit of information about Buffalo Trace, where it derives from, like what's really about, right? So can you tell me about it?
Well, dude, you said we weren't drinking, so I didn't do any research on it.
You didn't do any research on the bottle that we're giving freaking Lindsay K. Thank you, Lindsay K.
No, I didn't.
You don't know where Buffalo Trace comes from?
No clue. I'm just playing. Almost gotcha. No, of course I did the research and stuff like that. I don't know. I love that shit. But Buffalo Trace, of course, is under the Sazerac label and overall family brand, one of their 200 plus. And man, I love so much about Buffalo Trace.
I'm a fan of it.
The taste of it. I mean, it's one of those budget bottles that, the term gets thrown around, and it's in that $30 range. And it's
a budget bottle that
great.
most people, I'm going to tell you, most people that drink bourbon or think that they drink bourbon, sorry, I don't want to sound snobby.
Yeah.
They don't understand that Buffalo Trace is a budget bottle.
Yeah.
A lot of people say Buffalo Trace, like, oh, wow.
It's
because it's allocated.
It's an allocated, yeah.
Right? Because it's tough to get, right?
Yes.
Because it's a little difficult to get the bottle itself, but it's a budget bottle. It's tasty. I got crucified by a friend of mine because I was at Oak Island. Is it Oak Island?
Yeah.
Not Oak Island. What the fucking shit is it called? It's right there on
Holden Beach, Oak
it's
Island area?
Seabrook Island. Seabrook Island.
Oh.
So I had a bottle of Buffalo Trace, and that week before, a friend of mine and myself had a pickleback shot.
Oh, God.
Okay? Pickleback shot is taking a bourbon or a whiskey, take a shot glass of that, and then have a pickle juice in the other shot glass and using it as a chaser. I might sound like blasphemy right now. I might sound like something's wrong. But I was in vacation mode in Seabrook Island, right? I was feeling good.
Yeah.
Right? I was feeling nice.
Is this
I had
unleaded?
a whole glass, a 4-pour of Buffalo Trace and the other side of pickle juice. Ooh. And I was just going back and forth. And I got crucified.
Yeah.
They were upset. They were mad. They were like,
hold on. Were you a fan of the pickleback shot?
Yes.
You loved it.
Can I tell you something?
I mean, because you got really excited right there.
I loved it.
I saw it.
Okay. Listen. Look, listen. The Buffalo Trace bottle, the nectar of the gods, it was very, very delicious by itself, right? But then when you take a little bit of pickle juice on it, you take some sips of it, it feels good, it's nice.
Did you pause on pickle juice?
I did, because it sounded bad still. Let's move past this.
Can we get past this?
Can we do Sean? Big ups to Sean, too. Thank you for dealing with us. And Mr. Evans in the house.
In the house.
Like a mouse.
Talking guns and ammo over here pregame.
Yeah. Yeesh.
So love it. But all right, anyways, let me get back to this real quick. So,
apologies.
We're going on tangents here.
Yes.
So, Sazerac brand, another one. So there
Is
you
that
go.
DJ Khaled?
There you go.
Sorry.
So located in Frankfort, Kentucky, started in '99. Used to be the George T. Stagg Distillery, but now it's the actually titled Buffalo Trace Distillery.
That Buffalo Trace is only from 1999?
Yes. Buffalo Trace started in 1999. Crazy, right?
I thought Joe Rogan, and I'm not trying to sound like some moron here, but I thought he said that was like one of the oldest going.
Well, it comes from one of the oldest distilleries in the country. Actually, it is the oldest continuously operating distillery in the United States.
Come on, man. Let's give it up for that, man.
You know,
right?
it was designated a historic landmark in 2013. That's crazy. How popular of a brand do you have to be?
Right.
Of a liquor, of bourbon, to be titled?
I think that's pretty cool. I think that's pretty big. And it's still, again, a $30-something bottle.
And it's great. And here's the thing, too. I mean, you and I are in positions where we're talking a lot, right? We talk to a lot of people. We deal with a lot of different people. And you still seem to go out and see people not interacting, right? One of the things we can talk about in social media. So on my way to go meet up and have a weekend camping, you know, with a very special person. I stopped by the Concord ABC store, right? And I was sitting there talking to the guys, and all of them got stickers, and we talked about bourbon in a podcast. They were super excited.
Okay.
And, you know, I asked them, I was like, hey, just by chance, do you have anything allocated here? Do you have anything in the back? I mean, anything we're talking about? And he said, well, we're only down to kind of like one brand. And I was like,
Let me guess what brand.
He was like, what would you want? He was like, what would you want? I was like, well, Eagle Reed is like, nah, we're out of that right now. And so take your guess about what they had.
Buffalo Trace.
Tell him what he's won.
Hey, you want a bottle of Buffalo Trace straight from Concord ABC store. Thanks.
So shout out to those guys. Everybody was very reciprocative, and it was a great combo. There was like 5 dudes working there. There was a rep there for another whiskey brand, not
very
bourbon,
cool.
So I'm not going to shout that out. But everybody was, you got a sound effect, but everybody was super nice. Thank you to them, and it's great. And I hope some of them are going to listen. So yeah, all right. Second shout out, real quick. My son and I went on a trip to Seattle for a couple of days to go catch a concert and to go see some family, and went down to Pike Market. If you've never been down to Pike Market, what does that look for?
What?
Yeah, just a quick 72-hour, 48-hour turnaround, flying out
just
to
going
the
across the country to hang out with my son.
Go catch a concert. Yes.
No, good. But so Pike, talk about the Pikes. We're not talking about the Pikeys that are in like the movie Snatch, where they move from camp to camp with caravans and stuff. No,
okay. No, we're not going to talk about them.
Copy.
But Pike Market down there is pretty famous. It's where they throw the huge fish, around the market.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what that reminds me of? The
What?
first season of Real World.
Was it Seattle?
I don't know.
One of those first.
But throwing the fish.
Yeah.
Anyway,
And which it was early. We didn't get to see that. We got to see a whole bunch of huge fish. There's a whole bunch of shops, and it's like a huge flea market almost with multiple buildings.
Yeah.
And so there was a lot of people there doing stuff. We bought a couple of pieces of artwork. I like to try to get artwork from places I go.
There you go.
Something small.
Bring something back with you, right?
Yeah. I mean, because life's about memories, right? We're going to talk about that. It's one of my things. But also we picked up some hot sauce, man. And I tell you what, I'm a hot sauce guy. I love good hot sauce.
What kind of hot sauce do you like?
Man, I'm all about hot with flavor. Right? That's what I like. Hot with flavor. Just not hot for no reason. I like hot with flavor.
But are you talking about like ghost pepper hot? Or are you talking about like the tiger?
Well,
let me tell you, one of the best hot sauces I've ever had is tiger hot sauce. Unbelievable shit.
Really?
Continue on.
I got some stuff from New Orleans, which had some garlic, a little bit of sweet in it too, but it was pretty spicy with a habanero base. Delicious. I don't remember the name off of it. I think it says Jazz on there, but this one was from a company. Yeah, right. Coming out of New Orleans. But this is from a company called herbandfarm.com. So HERBANFARM.com.
Herbandfarm.com.
No pesticides. Everything's organic, homegrown. Husband and wife,
so you can go to herbandfarm.com and order this. Order it up. Let's put a link on one of these posts we put up.
Exactly. And Sean will hook that up. So we actually I tried, like they let me try 3 or 4 different ones, but the one that I liked and one I bought a bottle of was called Farmer Ra's Rude Boy.
Aha! Rude Boy. Sorry.
Hot sauce. But it is a mixture of Scotch Bonnet and Carolina Reaper hot sauce. It is potent.
Yeah, dude.
It is potent. So little goes a long way. Yeah. But it has a good flavor to it.
The flavor is everything, man. But sometimes these hot sauce. Well, listen, man. It's just like anything else, right? Everybody's got their own palate for things. Apologies.
That's right.
People have got their own palates for things. Fucking 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2. Go, it's short. All right. Good catch. All right.
What are we doing today?
Yeah,
maybe we need to drink.
Yeah, I would want to drink.
Sober is not working.
Well, let me tell you something. I'm taking a break away from it. All right.
Okay.
I want to be honest with you. I'm taking a break away from drinking and kind of clearing my mind a little bit. I'm taking away. I'm letting the liver repair itself. Right. Mm-hmm. Do I want to have some of that Buffalo Trace? Yeah, I do. Right. Yeah. I want to put some in my coffee. Is that weird?
Yeah, so we're having coffee like we're recording a show on 95.1, the hits. It is what it is. But yeah, and I am ceremoniously not drinking today in honor of my buddy over here who's taking a little bit of a break.
Gotcha. So, Thank you for that. I appreciate that.
We got it. We do this together, right?
We go back like East Pack.
That's right. Trapper Keepers.
Right.
All right, so the topic that we came up with was the internet, right? Social media. Friend or foe?
Friend or foe?
This is one of those where, I mean, there's probably age difference, questions, and beliefs. I mean, it could be gender. It could be, are you a professional or an influencer? There's so many different things that we could dive into. But I didn't want us to lose sight of the good parts of social media, right? Because we can pick apart the negative, and we could spend 3 hours on that or more.
Well, that's the problem is when we're talking about social media and you're talking about friend or foe. Friend is you can fuck that off somewhere. We're not even talking about the good parts of it.
Yeah, because we're griping, right?
We're griping
in most cases about it.
And in a situation that we're in right now, podcasting, people that do music, any kind of thing, the number one way to get it out there in the world is through social media. Using it as a tool, right? And a vehicle to get you to the next level or where you want to be. Where you got to keep your foot on the gas all the time to try to get there to the next level. Mm-hmm. But we're not just talking about that, are we? We're talking about a lot of different aspects of it. I'm gonna let you take the wheel for a second, but
go ahead.
I'm really interested in hearing some of your thoughts and what you wrote down, because I want to be very clear. When you and I do these, when we do our research or lack thereof, whichever one, we don't go over this before we do this conversation.
No, I literally didn't know we were recording at first.
Right. Right. I mean? Do I have headphones on?
I mean, are they here? Yeah. So we don't.
But I appreciate that because I want it to be authentic and I want it to be a real conversation. So why don't you go ahead and tell me
Yeah. So
How many times you look at my Facebook page and how many likes did you see that I get? Right?
A lot. More TikTok.
I'm kidding.
With
Go
you
for
and
it.
The other 16-year-old girls. I can't say that now because I'm on TikTok. I don't know, man. Sometimes in life, you know that you have failed, and
Is that when you were doing the TikTok thing?
I was signing up for it. I was like, but I want to see the videos that you post, and especially of us because you take care of that for us.
Well, Evan takes care of that for us.
Well, the actual
Like,
creating
at
the
least give-
videos, we just post them because that's what
At least
we do.
give him the credit where it's due.
No. As far as taking care of the overall page there.
Yeah.
Numbnuts. But anyways, all right. So let's go back to the start, right? The start of social media, the idea of social media. That's where I think the most organic and healthy part and like the true optimist of
Right.
some of these people who were in the groundbreaking push for social media.
Right.
The idea is to be able to keep up with your friends and family.
1,000%.
Stay connected.
Yeah.
Stay connected. I mean, how many people do you think that you wouldn't talk to right now if social media didn't exist?
Right.
If it was still about your old school phone and a, freaking address book and,
Right.
of numbers. How many people do we stay in contact with now? I mean, how many people can we stay with across the world?
Right.
Based on.
And you don't really stay in contact with these people. You just they're part of your algorithm that you have, unbeknownst to you, built on your social media platforms where you look at this video or like this video or whatever. So now that's all that you see.
Yep.
And there's times where you look at the amount of followers or the amount of people that you have or the amount, whatever, and you've got 1,000 friends. Let's be old real quick because my kids are they laugh at me because
Are you
I'm on Facebook.
going to bust out MySpace?
God, I would.
Are you going to go right to
If I-
MySpace?
Hey, can I tell you something?
Yeah.
If I knew the password.
I would sign on right now just to see some of those old posts. That was the way we were promoting concerts back in the
Right.
day and stuff
I mean,
like that.
that's-
Or if you made it into somebody's top friends.
Yeah. If you
know what
make
it
it in the
is.
top
You know what
friends,
it
but
is.
then when you learn how to actually post a picture on MySpace, you had to code it.
We were coding back then.
We were coding. All right.
Yeah, y'all try to do that. No,
Yeah.
never mind. They
So-
do that in their sleep.
Well, all I want to do in social media, with myself personally, you go and you look, you had 1,000 people that you're friends with.
Yeah.
I don't know 1,000
Yeah.
people. I don't feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I guess my point of it is Facebook for me was only a vehicle to use to stay connected with people, right? But the people that I'm staying connected with even are the people that are on my algorithm. I don't fucking know these people. These are the people I don't even barely know.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, all right. Okay. All right. So I think we should I hold on to that.
Okay, well,
Right?
put it in my pocket.
Because, put that into your pocket. And because, one of the things that I want to kind of talk about is like kind of like the good, the bad, and the ugly. But where do we go? Kind of where do we go from there? So just like when we started doing this podcast, we talked about being more intentional with our time.
Right.
So your social media, all of us, I mean, how many people are on social media? I mean, there's
Everybody.
billions are using social media every month.
Right.
Billions, right? We only have 8 billion people on this planet.
That's it.
Yeah. So if 3-4 billion are using social media a month, like I'm starting to wonder, like, I mean, that's the one thing that's universal right now, smartphones and internet connectivity and things like that, where it's a small world. But I love the fact of, I have friends in other countries. I like being able to communicate with them.
That's a good free way to.
Good free way to do it. I mean, it takes
sense.
away, in a business sense, it takes away almost like long distance calling.
Right.
You don't have to, just jump on Facebook Messenger and live call them and things like that. Being able to share photos and memories and videos to family members across the world or across the country who can't just get up and fly, from Seattle to Charlotte or vice versa.
Let me see. Hand me my phone back over here. I know I threw it over there. I got some information I want to go over with you here.
Okay. But not only that though, that the Facebook Messenger being able to share that stuff. Sharing ideas, sharing recommendations, business reviews. There's a lot of these good things that you can still use social media for.
So this whole thought that came about that I sent over to you about the social media came from Keith Safa, right? A friend of mine that I work with.
Keith Safa.
Keith Safa.
What up, Keith?
oh, Keith is doing his thing. I try to give him as much trouble as possible.
Yeah.
As much trouble. I was even going to like butcher his last name on here just on purpose, but I didn't do it, Keith.
Yeah.
All right. Kept it trill. But you know, it's something I want to kind of communicate about here. A thought that he kind of put together on this to make me text you about it. How social media is affecting the economy. What are its effects on the economy, right? So and I'm gonna ask you some questions about what I think, right?
Oh.
So all right.
On the spot here.
Yeah. So you know, let's say, and we've got a lot of places to go with social media when you think about it. A lot of business opportunities for people that are making real life changing business moves, right?
Yeah.
But you know, what if a influencer that you know that has millions of followers, millions, and we're not talking about Bourbon, we're not talking about something you got to be a certain age to get. But what if they're saying that you know if you're not buying a Puma shirt, or if you're not buying or this is what I got, right? Or let's say something like that people need, right? Something that they would need that would not like a shirt or whatever like that, but like what if it was a fucking Sharpie marker? It sounds ridiculous, right? Okay. But this Sharpie marker that they pull up and they're like, yeah, we like this orange Sharpie marker, and this Sharpie marker means everything. If you get this, you could. Now you got all these people going out buying these Sharpie markers.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. That's
here's the point. This is so stupid.
Okay.
How stupid do I sound right now? Sharpie markers
in general in life.
Are you serious?
Or just,
no, man, take me serious.
I'm
Follow me
taking
here.
you
Follow me
seriously.
here.
Okay, go ahead.
Sharpie markers for real? Well, yeah. Well, let's call him Brad. Brad's always a good influencer name. Fucking douchebag Brad.
Was it Brandon? I think it was Brandon on the last episode.
Right?
So now Brad. We got y'all grouped
Brad's
together.
making so much money off Sharpie, right?
Yeah.
And then, right. But the point of it is, it's that sheep mentality. This guy is doing it. That guy is doing it. It's cool, so I'm going to do it. I'm going to go buy all
Jumping on the bandwagon, yeah.
Right? Well, you know, why can't people like that back up? Why are we programmed? And it seems like we were programmed even back in the day before social media to different things. Why are we
recognition?
Why are we programmed to want to be like that guy just because that guy's got a lot of money? Is it because he's showing up on social media with these girls or these cars or whatever like that? Why do we follow these people so intently to the point where we don't even have our own identity?
Yeah, I mean,
weird.
because it's easier to go with the wave than it is against it.
Right.
You know what I mean? And there's a lot of people out there, I mean, for whatever reason, that can't stand on their own.
Right.
They have to have a crutch. They have to be a part of the group.
Jay-Z said, don't ever go with the flow, be the flow.
Yeah. He also
that.
said, how am I going to help the poor if I'm one of them?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Look at this guy.
This is Jay-Z quotes for the rest of the episode. No, I mean, I mean, I have some of that stuff, written down of how, touchy subject, talking about social media influencers, or what about a vaccine?
See?
So
all right.
Hollywood.
See, look.
Politicians.
Right.
Take the jab.
Right.
Take the jab.
But get out of the politician side. Right.
Still part of it.
No. I'm not saying it's not. But the Hollywood side. Right. And they go in and they say something, they put something on social media.
Yeah.
And their voice carries, right? Further than our voice carries, because they are famous people who act. No offense to you people that do this. This is part of your art, your creative, blah, blah, blah. I think
you play a character for a reason, and we're supposed to listen to you and act like what you're saying is real.
Yeah. That part of it bothers me, right? Where when we can't help but to go back to the Donald Trump type bullshit, but back with him, and then you got these people that are like, he's not my president. I'm in $1 billion movie. I make all this money, and Donald Trump's not my president.
Or we're going to listen to them and act like they know how to run the country.
Yeah,
it's like just because you played a president on TV or a movie doesn't mean you are a president.
And you weren't even that good at it.
No, that's right. It sucked.
All right, let's talk about this, right? So when I'm and I'm going to shift it a little bit because I want you to understand some of the notes I put down with a friend or foe.
Go
Foe's a bigger part of it.
Okay.
But people are looking for some sort of validation daily on social media. Social media has turned into this thing where it's like, okay, here I am in the present, which you barely are going to see me in because I don't really exist in the present, right? And validation meaning, these endorphins and these dopamines and these things that go on and get in your head by having a video that gets put up on TikTok and you continuously look at how many views you have.
Yeah.
I did that. That's what I was doing when Evan first put these things up. I'm at a fucking red light.
Yeah.
A red light in traffic.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, damn. Texting everybody. Meanwhile, I got 50 cars behind me and honking the horn because I'm so worried about how many fucking likes and views.
Okay. All right. So I'm with you.
Seeking validation.
Now here. Okay.
That's wild.
All right. So let's take a little bit of a step back. When we talked about quadrants of health, we're talking about emotions, right? Emotions are good. If you're angry, okay, that can be a constructive good thing. Being upset, being sad, being happy, being joyous, all of these things are good. Being emotional is not good.
Right.
Living in the emotion instead of understanding what the emotion is and where do we go from here, right? So it's kind of the same thing with social media.
Right.
We're putting up videos and we want to see how many likes we get. That can be positive reinforcement. Like, oh man, maybe we said something funny. Maybe we said something poignant. So maybe somebody's like interested in it.
Yeah.
Maybe that can lead to more subscribers. Maybe that can help us influence more people. Maybe help more people, bring some healing to more people.
Right.
All of that stuff is positive.
Right.
If you're going to it just for the dopamine hit,
Yeah.
that's a problem.
Just for the validation.
It's all about the mindset.
It's all about
Change
that. I like it. I like it a lot. I'm gonna go up top. I like this, right?
That's what I'm talking about.
All right, and my problem with myself when I think about TikTok, when I think about these videos that we put up, right? And then it's like, all right, well, cool. I'm talking to Evan. Yo, man, we got like 950 views on this thing. Oh my God, my bot. And he's on the other line, like, yeah. And
I put a video up of me picking my nose, and it got 40,000 in a day. It's like, well, okay, thanks, Evan. Thanks for just.
Yeah, I took a video of my dog sleeping. He got 40,000. He's richer than you are.
There's 7,000 comments of, oh, cute dog.
So, but what it did for me though is it did show me okay, cool, man. 700 and something views or whatever, some likes. Okay. Dopamine, endorphin, all these things. I feel good about. I'm calling you about it. I'm texting everybody in a group thread like, look, man, I really think this is our month. We're going to, we're going to fucking shoot off like a rocket with these 967.
We're going to go viral.
Now listen, the good part about it, right? We want to go viral. People want to go viral. People want to know. I saw a video yesterday. There's this short, small person, or I forgot what her name is, whatever, really pretty lady. I don't know. Whatever.
You just butchered that one, but go ahead.
No. She's talking. She's like, I ended up getting famous off of taking a video of me and a girlfriend of mine. And I called my mom and said 2 days later after if this is true.
Yeah.
2 days later, she calls her mom and says, I'm quitting my job.
What?
Mom's like, why? She's like, because they're offering me like $50,000 just to take more videos. Now, whatever kind of videos they are, I don't think they're like, I didn't go and delve into them to be fair.
Okay.
But I don't know what kind they are. I just know that she just changed her life. She's got a job out of this, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
that takes zero talent. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Here's
we can't fault them though.
You can't fault them.
If people are gonna, it's supply and demand.
We want to go viral. People want to go viral, but how long does it last? Do you take that viral moment? Do you take those offers that you get from these companies that say they're going to give you $500 or whatever the money is, and continue to build and make a huge run at it?
And we also,
how does it work?
Well, and we also made the agreement that it doesn't matter who comes and throws us a bag of money. I mean, if somebody does and it's not what we believe in, we're not taking the bag of money.
No.
You know, I mean,
No.
we're not just necessarily doing this to get rich. I mean, we're doing this because we enjoy doing this. Now,
And we want a lot of money.
and now, if we happen to be able to, if there's an opportunity for us to make money out of it, you know, we're darn sure going to do that too, because we have families and bills and stuff. So, but here's another thing, and I want to dive into this just for one quick second.
Okay.
When we talk about one of Evan's, you know, creations, you know, right, puts a video and we post it, right?
Right.
And we get 900 views in an hour.
Right.
It reminds me of the phrase where they say that you might not know who's or you might not know who's listening, but they're all watching. You know what I mean? So 900 views in an hour. We don't have a clue who those people are.
Who are they?
But I guarantee you this. I guarantee you probably 100 of them are people we know.
Right.
And then, so when we post something, how many reposts, how many shares? You know, I can see pictures of somebody's date night or what they had, you know, on a random Thursday for dinner, but you can't take 2 seconds just to pass something on.
Right.
But you say you support, though, right?
I get it.
But you're listening.
Don't you get you're getting Foley right now. You're getting Foley.
You're listening.
right,
you know
I
what I
know-
mean?
I
So,
know.
hey, so just we are programmed to watch The Bachelor, to eat at McDonald's, to live a life of stress and worry and anxiety and pain and medication to cure the pain or to treat the pain. Start choosing things that are good. Start choosing things to where you can help support somebody else in their quest to go somewhere in life other than the doldrums and the rat race that 99% of us are in.
I like that. That's a cheers moment, but we don't have.
But we're not cheers.
We're not cheersing, all right?
Yeah,
so dinging. You know, something else that social media for me it disallows you to be present in any situation.
Absolutely. Good point.
You know, when I go to my kids' soccer games, right? When go to my son's football game. Yeah, there's a couple moments I might take a couple pictures real quick.
Yeah.
Right? But I want to be present and watch. I want to watch what's going on.
Yeah.
I sit there and I watch. People watch. You notice that they're all video, face down to their phone. Game's going on still, just so you know. Their kid just did a fucking bicycle kick. Landed on their tippy toes. Fucking amazing.
Yes.
You didn't see it because your head's down
You would
looking at your
pay
phone.
for that video if somebody else had it.
Right. But your head's down because you're putting this on whatever kind of respective platform.
Yeah.
It's almost impossible for someone to be present in a moment. That's the Dave Chappelle, Joe Rogan deal where they said, listen, you want to come to my show? We got a new process. You got to put your cell phone in this magnetic locking bag.
Yeah.
Because we're not going to allow you. A lot of people, and this is probably right, there's probably truth to it. A lot of people said that they didn't want their bits getting out there because they're doing a tour. They don't want this bit that they're doing in Charlotte for everybody in the world to see.
We wanted them to buy tickets 17 stops down the road. Yeah.
But I think more than that, I think they really just want people to be present in the fucking room.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
I think it's amazing. And it allows us to it allows us to be so disconnected from what's going on, okay, that when someone is going to ask you about it, like put this in perspective. You and I go to a show. I'm the guy on my cell phone the whole entire time, posting shit, turning around, taking pictures of us looking at it.
Yeah.
We're watching a Wu-Tang concert or whatever we went to that one time.
Yeah.
And the whole motherfucking time, I'm doing that. And then when we're leaving there, and you're like, yo, Jimmy, do you remember that spot when ODB's son came out and did his part? And I'm like,
Did that happen?
what? No.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That was when you were fucking taking selfies the whole time.
Or because you were too busy recording on Facebook Live or posting it for other people.
Get out
Why
of
would
town.
you do that? So two quick bits on that, and I love that you said that. Went to New Orleans in December.
Come on.
Man, I'm telling you this. If you have not been to New Orleans, I don't work for their travel board. I did not think that I would love New Orleans like I did. Man, that place is great. I wouldn't live there, but you talk about
It's
visiting.
a good tourist. It's a bucket list.
Food, the music, the atmosphere, the whole nine, man, it's freaking great. But went to Preservation Jazz Hall, right? One of the oldest jazz assembly places, in the United States. Just the building looks 200 years old. It looks worn down. You go in there, there's wooden floors. You know what I mean? This is an old building. They do not allow cell phones.
I like that.
Do not allow cell phones. And so when you go in there, they have, and you never know who's going to be there. You never know what jazz artists are going to be there, whether somebody famous or not.
So you could walk in and see somebody like Bill Hanna come up in there, or you could walk in there and there could be some.
You don't have a clue. It could be somebody for 40. It could be BB King walking in. You know what I mean? People like that. So and it's like I think 50-person max.
Oh, so that makes it even more.
Dude, and I have some pictures. I can show you some pictures, later. But look it up, Preservation Jazz Hall. If you go to New Orleans, you have to book. We booked like 60 days, 90 days before we went, just to make sure we had 2 tickets because it's standing room only, 50 people. There are a couple of rows of seats.
Well, yeah,
but man, it was great, off the cuff stuff. Man, I heard a group. I mean, and I wish I knew their names and stuff like that. But like singing "I'll Fly Away," boy, I'm just. Eyes swollen with water.
I'm going to tell you this, dude. I would love to go to a jazz concert, go to a jazz bar, and watch them. I went with my grandfather one time when Bill Hanna was in town. It was at the Double Door before the Double Door got knocked down.
Yeah.
And my grandfather being a jazz enthusiast his whole life, and going and watching Bill Hanna play and watching these people. And I imagine it's probably somewhat like what you dealt with down there. Yeah. Every time the door opens, you see a fucking dude walking in with a stand-up bass, or you see a guy walking in.
That's right. Yep.
And they cycle. It's almost like from our world, the open mic kind of thing, where everybody's up and somebody gets a chance to spit some bars.
Yeah.
You can see Bill Hanna playing the keys, which I think traditionally he's a horn player. I'm not sure, but he's playing the keys, and you can see kind of everybody just kind of working together, and they're playing the numbers. They're playing certain songs.
Yeah.
But you can see guys just interchanging.
Yeah.
And it just makes it, when you're that close.
And you'll never hear that setup with those people in that way, that song ever again.
And I could never imagine taking my cell phone out and just being like that the whole time, watching my cell phone.
I didn't want to. I was so glad that they said that, because when we were sitting there watching, it was like just class. Right. Just class. And how the respect level, the guy who was playing on the keys for that whole set is a young touring jazz player.
Love it.
It looked like he was playing the keys in every Jodeci video. You know what I'm saying? Like he just looked like the third member of Jodeci.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But and the older guys were giving him a little bit of a hard time. This dude was so talented, and they were just giving him a hard time, and he had to take it, because you got the older vets. It was almost like a rank structure, and just a respect factor of all those guys. It was insane. The second thing is at the concert that we went out there while seeing family, we went to go see Coldplay.
Oh, so, you told me it was phenomenal.
So now Coldplay is one of those groups like Nickelback that gets a hard time from some people. I want
to make sure that everybody understands that Coldplay and Nickelback. I get where we're going from, but Coldplay just
listen.
They're just fire.
I used to work backstage security part-time in my 20s, and one of the shows that I worked out.
Would you? Yeah. You do look like a cop today. So
used to wear the hair short. Yes, I was always called a cop. But anyway,
we got him. He's in the back here.
Walk up. That's the cops. It's the cops. No, I promise. I'm not a cop.
No, but go ahead.
But
so
anyway,
you were working one of the shows.
One of the shows that I worked out front, which I didn't work a ton of them out front, but one of them was Coldplay.
Okay.
And I didn't know who they were. Didn't know. This is my early 20s, so this is 10 years ago.
All right.
Lies. But anyways,
where's that little sound real quick? Sorry.
No, that's not going to work. It's not going to work.
Apologies.
Anyways, but I gained such a respect for him.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And to be able to go to the show, Christian's second concert that he's ever been to. The first one was Guns N' Roses a month prior. Yeah. So he's had this great little stretch.
It's been more like highfalutin shows than most adults.
Yeah, and it was great, man. They did such an amazing job.
So tell me about its effect with.
Well, hold on. But so one of the shows that they did, one of the songs that they did was "Sky Full of Stars," and they did that, and they said, "Listen." He said, "Hey, man," he was like, "Your phone's your business. If you want to be on it, you can." He's like, "But I challenge every single person to put their phone away right now, and let's all be cognizant and aware."
I love that.
And here,
that's
in the
amazing.
Moment. I mean, he
bravo to him.
Brought brought the lingo to it and put everybody on the spot. Said, hey man, let's be present in this moment together. He
Yeah.
said, this is the only time all of us here are going to be together. Let's enjoy this.
See, that's fire.
It was pretty powerful.
That
I
is
love
powerful.
that. I mean, it was great.
Well,
that
what are
they
you
did
spending the money for, man? Are you spending the money to go out and watch the guy perform it with his amazing band? Are you going out there to see how many fucking pictures you can post up?
Yeah, well, or make a memory. Christian and I were sitting there looking at each other and talking about how much fun this was and how much we enjoyed this. This is like a father-son moment that we'll always remember.
And you'll remember
know?
and be able to communicate about it if it's not a picture on the wall. Let me
Yeah.
tell you something. When you look around somebody's house and you walk in and you see pictures, I've seen that picture of you my whole life. Right?
Yeah.
You got the picture over here of your son, right?
Yeah.
These are pictures of, these are football. These aren't pictures of you missing a moment.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's an intentional picture, right?
Yeah.
Now,
It's not a live digital video of me recording something.
I'm not going to say that I wasn't the dad out there that would watch. You know, my daughter Julesy was a goalie, a great goalie.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime that she ever got a penalty kick or something like that was going against her, I got my camera out. I'm watching. I want her to see it.
Yeah.
I've
You're recording those moments though, too. Yeah.
My Isabella, she's scored a couple of freaking massive dead ball kick goals. Mm-hmm. Yeah, fucking videoed it.
Yeah.
Right, it was amazing. Right.
Yeah.
But be present. Right. So
Mm-hmm.
here's another thing that bothers me that I want to kind of segue off of you if you don't mind.
Go ahead, do it.
Our ability to know when something's happening is not changed from back in the day to now. When a fight breaks out, when a problem breaks out, when an accident happens with a car or a person or both, the people that take the videos and there's somebody that needs help badly because that person's on the ground, the shit beat out of them, or a girl is getting dragged through the mud by a man. Okay. That, ladies and gentlemen, in my era or in the kind of person that I am, I ain't watching that on a phone. I'm going to go over there and punch his fucking head in. I don't care what the situation is that may not be my business. My business is already making it an intrusive thing for me to go and be when I see something like that happening. Yeah. When I see a car get wrecked into a group of people, I'm not going to hold my phone and just watch because I see these people doing these burnouts and donuts, and then these people get hit, and they're laughing. You hear "World Star," you hear all this shit in the background. Are you kidding me, bro?
Yeah.
But where's humanity? Like, take that phone, fuck it off somewhere, and go help those people up. Hey, go stop that fight from happening right there. Maybe you could stop somebody from getting shot in the fucking head. Things are different now. A family member of mine, very close to me, has videos of her fighting that went viral, that went 7,000-8,000 views in less than a day. What if she got her ass beat?
It'd be the same amount of views, but more
here's
negative.
Here's my point. Let me finish here. What if she got her ass beat and all those people saw that, blah, 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 and her mom or dad walks into the house and sees her hanging from a fucking rope, killing herself?
Yeah, good point.
Because everything is so fucking fixated on this phone and about watching it through the phone, and let me put it up on this website or this Instagram page that shows nothing but people getting beat up all day long. Let my shit be added to it, and then this kid ends up going and blowing her fucking head off or hanging from a fucking... You understand?
And the sad part about it is controversy sells, right? So if you have something that's going to be a negative connotation, like let's go watch bombs being dropped, you know,
right.
we got Israel and Hamas in a huge conflict right now,
It's
right?
hot, man.
If you tell me, right, or you tell me, okay, all right, there's two videos. I'm going to give you an option, right? Door number one, door number two. Door number one is dogs playing with a rope. And then option two is Israel bombing the shit out of Hamas.
Yeah, you're gonna watch Israel bombing.
You're
the
gonna
shit
watch bombs being dropped because you can watch dogs play. You know, what I mean, in every part of Charlotte.
I get what you mean. You're
controversy sells.
Yeah.
But okay, so to me, capitalism, right, in the system that we, in the Western world, right, in most of the world, capitalism is the best system out there. There's nothing ever been designed that has worked better than capitalism.
Right.
But the heart of man, right? Like the inherent nature of human beings, I think is good. The heart of man is evil.
Right.
greed has now infiltrated and taken over the capitalistic society.
Correct.
Social media started being able to keep up with your friends and family, being able to connect, being able to share recipes and business ideas, businesses, being able to connect to future customers,
Right.
being able to connect to current customers,
Right.
being able to say thank you, being able to market your stuff across the world, podcast hosts, being able to share your words and ideas and life and episodes with the world.
LinkedIn.
All professional, working class
Yeah.
professionals. So there's all these great ideas from where we came from originally. Or I say we as in
Where the idea-
humanity.
Yeah.
Yeah, the grassroots, the planting of the seed. But shit like that with, oh man, there's people getting their butt beat.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and put this on social media, and that's all the page is.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And-
It's crazy.
And I've gone down that wormhole. I've sat there and I watch street beefs, right? Street beefs or whatever.
Yeah.
It's
or like
this-
they have the
it's-
backyard fighting.
That's what I'm
networks
talking
type
about.
stuff. Oh, is that
It's
what that
called
is?
Yeah, and
Okay.
I think it's called street beefs. Sorry if I'm butchering it, but I watch that because this is controlled fighting.
Yes.
I'm not saying that the watching a video of two people in the street fighting and entertaining sometimes. Look, man, we came from that, right?
Yeah.
But being able to watch it controlled, I say bravo to those guys for putting them inside of a fence, for having people in there to stop the fight when it gets out of hand or when somebody loses, right?
And they're shaking hands and going on about their way.
But you know, back to kind of what I think that a very big problem is with us as a society is that I'd rather get it on my phone and get it on my shit so I have it versus really being present in the situation. So people are so disconnected, right? They're so switched off to what the fuck's going on out here. That you can't have a real conversation with them without them picking up the phone and researching it. You can't have a conversation about like I saw a deal the other day that it moved me to have a better understanding with my guys and gals at work. It's a red car theory. How many red cars you see on the way to church today?
I don't know. I wasn't looking for them.
Okay, gotcha. Well, okay, but if I tell you to go look for red cars, you're going to see them everywhere.
It's planting the idea.
It's planting the idea, planting the seed. And now you have an intentional thing. Now I'm giving you a task, and now there's a result of how many you're right. So I thought that was very cool to see that, right? So what we're saying is that man, if we put an idea out there that we're looking to get an answer to, like how many times can we sell X, or how many times can we? Well, this fucking social media monstrosity here is like, okay, well, I'm gonna create a red car theory. Unbeknownst to you, you're gonna look at this, and this is what it's about. It's about the dude walking around with no talent at all, with his girlfriend who's got a voluptuous backside that all he does is walk around and do comedic little funny videos where he walks and somebody walks by, like they're walking by a guy and he throws an umbrella up behind her, like don't look at my girl's ass kind of thing.
I saw that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who would have, and I don't know this dude. I don't know this guy. I've just seen it all over the place on social media.
Yeah.
This guy, that's probably what he does for a living.
By now, yeah.
It's
And what happens when that wears out?
what happens when it wears out? It's
fade
the
into the
next thing.
background.
It's right.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of all over the place right now. I apologize.
All right.
for
Well,
that.
hold on. Let me bring it back then.
Bring it back.
So, in a world where that's what we're seeing,
Right.
we're seeing people with 100,000 followers, and all they're doing is just they're a beautiful woman and they're bouncing around in little bikinis.
Right.
You know, what's real? What's real? What's real anymore? Right? Hold on. It was proven in the last election cycle that conservative social media sites were not being algorithmed into the public as
Right.
much as liberal or
Things that would keep you
the blue side
things that
of
would
the,
take
of the aisle.
take your attention off of what
That's right.
was supposed to be
So
important.
when- we have false doctrines, so to speak. When you start silencing certain viewpoints because we want to get more of our narrative, who's R?
Right.
Who's controlling the R? You know what I mean?
They.
Yeah, they. That's right. Good job. You passed.
Yeah.
But it affects businesses. It affects economies.
Right.
What happened during COVID? And all of the propaganda and all of the brainwashing and all of the attacking
hit the reset button. They hit the reset button
on the
us.
economy, which is the one thing that they could bring to Trump to bring him down.
Right.
And now where are we at?
Right.
And what's the narrative now?
Right.
And what's their
well,
narrative?
it's being created, right? They're
But
watching it go on.
That's one part of the war.
Now-
Is the social media, that Hollywood influence, that propaganda.
Think about something on a smaller scale of something economic that's causing issues. It's been causing issues since well before social media, right?
Ooh, what's that?
But it's now even more so, okay? So a crisis happens.
Okay.
There's a problem happening.
Gotcha. Localized,
Something big,
right?
something near you, right?
Okay.
Somebody puts it on. The new news now is what you're seeing on social media, right?
Yeah, nobody's tuning in for 11 o'clock news anymore.
What are the things that people are going to go out there and get that get inflated? This is before any gas issues or anything like that or oil issues,
or even something simple.
All right,
winter storms coming.
All right, now let me go into that because
Is that
I'm
where you're at?
going to tell you. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm going to be fucking honest here. Okay,
I love it.
If I'm not, I'm gonna have a milk and bread sandwich. All I want is a milk sandwich. When I go to the grocery store and I walk by all these delicious little toppings and things that you could put on these sandwiches, I don't want to put that on a sandwich. I want to get 7 gallons of milk, and I want to get 27 loaves of bread. And I want to have milk sandwiches until this fucking storm
Because Channel 9 told me
goes
so.
away. And then, so, all right, economic, right? Needs, right? Mm-hmm. You got all this stuff. You've gone and you've hoarded all this shit. And it's over. And guess what happens? All that milk you bought's fucking expired. Yeah. All that moldy ass bread's getting thrown away. And there's people that I saw, there's people like myself, right? Mm-hmm. That, and let's not forget toilet paper, because, everybody had to wipe their ass with,
How did we have a toilet paper shortage, by the way?
So you go into these grocery stores and it's like, okay, well, we can't get bread. We can't get milk. Okay, so we're not going to die, just so everybody knows, even though milk sandwiches are delicious. Okay. And then go to the gas station, right? Remember the gas station was a corner of East Harris and Albemarle Road. It was when I lived off East Harris, Ashley and I's first house. There was some crisis going on back then. I had to go get gas.
And you can't get in.
And you could,
it was like a long line.
A long line, but then you get there, and then when you look down at the gas, it's like, damn, they inflated they inflated the gas prices, right? Mm-hmm. So in our misery, in our all these problems that are going on, and social media is telling you to go get it. Mm-hmm. Who's getting paid, right? This is madness. This is even like parts issues that are going on in the respective business that we work in, right? With the GM strike and all these things that are going on. Mm-hmm. Well, guess what, man? We're not going to sell you this part, okay? Because you can't get it. But if we do sell it, maybe they sell it for a higher value than what they normally would, or list value, or whatever. It's fucked up.
And that's the messed up thing about it is it's like that's the system, and they're playing the system that we're all a part of, and it's all about greed. But more importantly, I love the fact of what you said earlier about somebody who might be influenced on social media and then it hurting them, right? Like losing a fight. Now they're embarrassed.
Right.
Now they're getting thousands of messages
comments
saying, you got your ass beat. You're
taunting,
a piece of
bullying.
trash. You should kill yourself. Right? And there is that bullying online. There's still that bullying online. But not only that, it's you are putting yourself. At what point do you measure up?
Right.
You got Kim Kardashians and people like that walking around, and then the average female, you're not going to look like Kim Kardashian. Hold up, though, but you're not going to look like Kim Kardashian. But then again, Kim Kardashian didn't look like that when she was,
starting out
either.
Yeah,
she's got 14,000 surgeries and augmentations, and $100 eyelash jobs every week.
Right.
So there's all these things. So we grow. It's like reading the magazine at the grocery store. You don't feel worthy. You don't feel like you can measure up.
Right.
I mean, there's mental depression issues. There's all kinds of stuff going on.
I love that you brought that up because there's something that I told you on the phone yesterday, and it's something that Ashley and I were talking about. Mm-hmm. How can you identify with what's real and what's not? But even more so, it gives a false sense of what the perfect quintessential wife of 4 kids should look like. Okay. Because I'm looking on social media and look at this chick. She's amazing looking. She's unreal looking. She's gorgeous. She's all these things. Right. But behind the scenes of this, she's not going and taking kids to school and picking kids up, and she's not doing laundry all day, and she's not cleaning all day because they've got maids and all this kind of shit. Which no shit on people that have their choices of doing that.
Yeah.
But what makes that so attractive to a man, right? Because they're like, all right, well, fuck, this is how this lady looks. I wish, and I'm not speaking personally for myself. I'm saying what men, what it looks like that men are probably fixated on is what a woman should look like.
Well, a man by nature is a visual creature, but we've also been programmed to say that is beauty.
Right.
Like fill in the blank. This picture is beauty.
I'm lucky I'm lucky enough to have a woman that I think is just absolutely drop dead gorgeous in the morning, at night, throughout the day, right?
Yeah.
But that was a great point that she had made there. Something else that I think that kind of goes along with what you were saying, and it's a thought that I had put down, is this false identity that like these filters. I don't fuck with it like that because it's just I might
you don't
do
want
it.
You don't want to put deer ears on or anything?
Well, joking around, I have. It's funny. Like my sister and I have done it, or
gotcha.
right. Yeah. But I'm talking about real people. I'm talking about people that you and I know. I'm not going to say any names because that's just not the way that you and I roll.
No, we don't do that. But
I'll tell you in 15 minutes when we're off. No, I'm kidding. But
we'll laugh at you.
These filters that they put on
with every photo
look so real.
With every
it
photo.
Looks so real that you could look at it and say that because this is another term that they put out, catfishing. So you literally are looking at this chick and being like, damn, look at this chick I'm going out with later, man. Look at this video she's got, blah, blah, blah.
That's more of me telling you. But yes,
and then you end up getting there and you're smoky on Friday. Damn! You're like, who the fuck?
Yeah. This ain't Rhonda. This is Ron.
This is not. Well, what she say? Janet Jackson. He's like, I'm like Freddie Jackson. Like that. But that's that point I'm making though. Is that man? That's fucking bull. That's messed up. You're putting these. And I'm not just going on the side of the guy here. But seeing a chick do that to herself, putting these pictures up. These pictures are up on social media of her with her pouty lips and everything like that. But you know who it is. I know this person. I see this person once a month, twice a month, or I work with this person. Yeah. And you're like, God, why would you... False identity. Why would you want to look? Why would you want people to look at your Facebook and think that that's what the fuck you really look like?
Because they've been, I mean, some of that's not even their fault because they've been programmed to say, buy the makeup, buy the, get your hair done, buy this, do this, do that. And you lose focus of what's truly important in life, trying to live a false narrative or false doctrine that's been preached to you.
But these filters, they take everything out of it. You don't need the makeup. You don't need. All you got to do is put the phone in front of your face, and it beautifies
filters.
I'm going to show you something when we get off of here that it's going to blow your mind.
Yeah, I'm not
bullshitting you. You're going to look because I'm going to do one of these things like a blind flight. I'm going to be like, hey, look at this. So you think it's pretty? All right, cool. What do you think about that? And you're going to go, oh.
Well, that's the real version.
And I'm going to go, yeah, it's the same person.
Same person. Yeah,
it's wig.
And I've seen. All right. So with all that's being said and done, right? Okay, one thing on the like on the dating side, right, or keeping up with, you don't deal with it, I do, but the AI and bots and programs.
You're talking about the
dating sites,
messages that you've been
So
weird, getting
random messages from girls or women, women, on dating sites, and and it's, you don't feel like it's a real person you're talking to. It's not. You have these AI programs that all they're doing, they're on social media. They're either on maybe high trafficked political influenced sites, fire starter gaslighting sites, and all they're doing is gaslighting.
They're gaslighting.
They're not even real. They're not even real programs.
They're
fucking
bots. Smart these turds are.
That's where we are. But they're growing AI. The AI, they're learning conversational techniques.
Yes.
They're learning all these things, and then they're extrapolating data and algorithm programs that they can use then to create this to sell to businesses.
You're talking about facial recognition. You're talking about the way that they can
Well, and that might be for more.
Maybe I'm going a little.
That might be more for on another front.
That's the coffee talking.
No, I'm talking about where you're having, dialogue through text. Right?
Yeah.
You know, to where they can learn human mannerisms, conversational techniques, and be able to sell that data. You know what I mean? Because they can then create AI programs for dating or business, or
it's creepy.
It's okay. So where do we go? Right? We've talked about friend. We've talked about foe. Where do we go? Where can we bring this back to where we need social media to be, or can we?
We can't, dude. It's too far gone. Listen, man. Every single thing, right? Mm-hmm. Go back to the forefathers, and I don't mean forefathers. I'm not forefathers in a row, right? Okay. Kid, dad, grandfather, great grandfather. Get them all there, right?
Yep.
His music sucks to him. His music sucks to him. His music sucks to him. We used to do this with our bare hands. Well, we don't need to do that anymore, Pop, because we used to do it. We pay for somebody to do it now. That's crazy. But the cycle is forever changing. You're never going to be able to change. Evolution is what it is.
Yep.
Social media is never going to get any better than, or let me back up. It will never get as good as you want it to be, or as
pure as it used to be,
or as honest, or anything like that. It's never going to be that way again. Think about satire, right? Think about when you're going and you're scrolling and you see some shit and you're like, oh man, what the fuck is that? And you click on it, and then you start to read and you're like, well, hold on. And so you're not smart enough yet. You're not educated yet enough. You're not experienced enough yet to know that this is bullshit. This is fake. That baby's not drowning upside down in the water that you just clicked on. Yeah. They want you to buy some dick pills.
That escalated quickly.
It's bad, but it's just. Do you understand what I'm saying? It makes it so hard to be honest with yourself, like with looking at something and feeling something for, like, is this real? Is this picture real of this?
That's a great point.
Things that are going on in Gaza or Israel?
Yeah. That's one thing we got to remember. We don't even know if we're being shown the real footage.
Well, how old are those videos? How old?
We don't know.
So Mike White said something last night that I thought that was interesting. He said, "Man, this shit's been going on forever with these guys, right?" It's being like, we're.
I wanted to talk about it today. Yeah, I mean Israel and Palestine, right? Yeah. That's been going on since, the dawn of time.
Right.
The story of David and Goliath. Even if you're not a follower in the Christian faith,
come on,
you've probably still heard David and Goliath's story, right?
Right.
Well, David was Jewish. Goliath was Palestinian.
Right.
That's how long this has been going on. And interesting fact, no nation in the history of man has ever been wiped off the map and then reformed the same country. Israel is the only one that's ever happened.
That's pretty interesting.
It's pretty crazy. And you want to start talking about some wild and crazy shit? Iran, who's financing Hezbollah, Hamas surrounding Israel. Right. Iran and China and Russia are forming these alliances and these partnerships, and that in the historical part of Christianity is very troubling, considering that the story of Gog and Magog is Iran and Russia.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's a very scary alliance to have, and we could be coming up on some very serious things.
We're coming up on some very, very, very trying times and hard times because I know that you gotta hit the parting shot.
Well, I wanted to hit one more point on this, just while we talk about how social media can create false doctrines, and also, what about also causing wars?
Yeah.
Khalid Mashal, I hope I butchered his name.
Fuck that guy.
The leader of Hamas.
Okay.
Broadcasted all over social media, on Al Jazeera, all these other types, of sites.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Pro Islamic sites. Not saying anything wrong with Islam, but when you're out there promoting war, ask for all Muslims to engage in acts of terror.
Right. Yeah. You're the lowest scum on the planet.
Parading young women around dead bodies.
Dead babies.
Dead babies. Yeah. Saying that they should kill Jewish babies just because they're Jewish. If Jewish people were saying we should kill Muslim people because they were Muslim, I would have a huge problem with that.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't agree with it on any front, but they're not.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So,
Well-
but so where do we get back? I think it's not a lie if you believe it. I think it goes back to that thing. It's not a lie if you believe it. If you want to believe in The Bachelor, and then that's what you need to be watching, and who sung this stupid song in a costume show, I mean, whatever.
It's entertainment,
do
right?
yourself, boo-boo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Do yourself. You know what I mean? Do whatever works for you. Yeah, I did say that. I did. Anyways, so if that's what you want to go do, that's fine. If you want to shop at McDonald's, 3 nights a week because you think that's what's going to be for your family, or you don't take the time to cook or whatever, do what you need to do. What I'm telling you is every step you make the choice of how much time you're going to waste on social media. What are you going to promote something positive? Are you going to promote something negative? Those are all your choices. And each one of us who does that, we can at least maybe get back to a semblance of where we don't need that corporate juggernaut.
Well, I mean, who knows if that'll ever happen, but I hope it does. But my phone, it has screen time that'll pop up. All right. iPhones have that. I don't know if Androids are popping up like that yet because they're still like flip phone, fucking bag phones.
Must have something on my forehead.
But it's got a screen time on it, and they'll show you your deal.
How much time you've wasted?
Oh my God bless, dude. I'm even like last night, 2 nights ago, I'm sorry, Friday night, in this process of not drinking and doing whatever that my wife and I have both done.
Props to y'all on that, by the way.
Thank you. I mean, her and I are sleeping like freaking kittens, bro. It's awesome, right?
Yeah. Cats and kittens, or just kittens?
Just kittens. Yeah.
kittens.
Fuck
Oh,
the cats, bro. But her and I, we're watching shows, we're whatever, watching a show that we're watching. 9 o'clock comes up, or ooh, the first yawn
Dad
comes out, and
noises.
it's like, all right, are we going to bed? All right.
Yeah.
But I found myself really, really looking at my phone through that time when I'm about to go to bed, or when I wake up, spending 20, 30 minutes looking at my phone. That's wild. When I could get up and spend 15 minutes on the
Stretching.
elliptical, right?
Yeah. Good point.
Something that I've been doing, walking up and down the steps of my house. Every time I walk up and down the steps, I'll just drop down and do push-ups on my steps. I'm not doing I'm doing fat guy push-ups. Okay,
On your knees?
I'm telling you right now, I feel better. I feel healthy.
Yeah.
Now that I've been talking about that, and talking about health, and talking about mental health, and talking about being sober for a little while, guess what else is popping up and being sober and giving me certain sites to go and look at, or certain things that pop up? My fucking cell phone that's listening to me all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
That's scary, man. That's scary because
we signed all those freedoms away by all those. If you agree to this
that's
contract,
scary. I'm telling you. I talked about something with Mike on the phone the other day. Oh, I forgot exactly what it was about, but it was isolated, unique. It wasn't broad.
Yeah.
I looked at my phone. Not 5 minutes later, after get off the phone with Mike, I look at it, start scrolling. There it is. Haven't seen it once pop up. That's weird.
Going away next month for a weekend, I was sent a link of a place that she liked. It was on my Instagram, VRBO. Check out this house and others. The same exact house. 2 minutes later.
Aki. Listen, this is what I'll finish my side of it out, right? And I'm going to let you do your thing.
Oh, hold on. You want to do the 5 questions first before we do this? I got 5 questions.
Yeah,
for
man,
you. I was
shit.
going to prop it up. Hey, Sean, I need like a 1970s or 80s game show font on top 5 questions that we're going to ask today.
5.
All right. So, what was the first social media site?
MySpace.
No, it was a company.
Oh, I thought you were asking me, you
I am
jackass.
asking you,
I
and
thought
you got
were
it
asking,
wrong.
Yeah, but I thought you were asking what was my first. I didn't listen.
Oh no! What was the first? See, this.
Apologies to all the men and women out there for being like me and having ADHD radiating through the microphone.
You were literally like every single one of my exes. You just don't listen.
That's weird.
I'm joking.
You act like that's a cool thing that you have 7 exes.
I have 2.
Scott
I have
Pilgrim
2.
versus the world.
I have 2.
Nerd.
What was the first social media site? It was a social media site called 6 Degrees. Started in 1997 by Andrew Weinrich.
Weinrich. Well, I bet he
Weinrich.
fucking hates old.
Oh, he hates it because he's a purist. You know what I mean? He was like 6 degrees of separation. We're all connected. I'm going to connect everybody. Anyways, what social media site has the most monthly active users?
Twitter.
Facebook.
Shit. I wanted to say Facebook, but then I didn't want to be
because it's
like old.
I know, but you would have been right.
I don't know because I don't have a Twitter.
Oh, here's another one though. What social media site has the most embedded trackers, which they use to market. They use to sell your data.
TikTok.
Absolutely right. Nine trackers. I think the next closest one was like 4, and that was Twitter.
So who owns TikTok? Facebook or?
Yeah, TikTok's in that part of the Meta group. I think in that part of Facebook, Instagram.
I want to be a Meta group. Yes.
Yeah. Anyways, all right. So let me ask one more. All right, what's the most profitable social media site for business?
Facebook.
Instagram.
It's this whole fucking guy.
Well, no, hold on. It's
not fun.
It's actually the Meta group.
Okay, so I am right.
You are.
So I am right by default.
Right. Ding. All right, so you are partially right.
Hey.
$116 billion in revenue
That's
last
all?
year.
How much gross though? How much gross are we talking about?
Oh, I don't know. I don't have that figure.
Yes,
I didn't do the math.
Let's get down in the real deal. I don't care how much you sell, how much you're making.
All right, so let me throw another social media, because we didn't talk about dating sites and if that's actually a part of the whole social media deal. It's heavily influenced. I'll tell you that.
No, it's just part of your shit where y'all are looking at bumblebees.
Well,
and
right
fucking,
now I'm actually investing in a person and being invested in. So I'm really not looking at
cool.
dating apps right now. So we'll that's for another show. Maybe we'll see. But all right. So, but for the people
sure
who
you don't
are
want to
out
open
there,
this bottle and lie some more.
no, not doing that today. I promise.
ahead.
We could go another hour or two. But anyways, all right. So for the people who are out there on dating apps,
Okay.
what dating app has the highest reviews? And I know you're not going to get this.
Fucking meet a lot of single
Fucking
failed
meet
people.
a lot. I mean, or meet no, it's a different
Is
one.
it church? Go ahead.
It's JesusLovesMe.com. Christian profile, no pictures of bathing suits. No, it's Hinge is actually one that my oldest son was, my 22-year-old was talking about that he's on.
That's my guy.
Yeah.
Diamond D.
Dev.
He's
Diamond D.
Yeah, Dev's out there on Hinge, getting unhinged.
That's right. So if you see Devin Bridwell there, give him a shout out or give him a date. But rated best overall for first dates and just rated best overall.
Oh, man, cool. Well, everybody go out there to hinge.com and drink some Buffalo Trace. And,
It's an app you download. I don't know if it's a hinge.com. It's an app.
I don't fucking know. Right.
Just be sure to remember to Two Poor Podcast and pitch that.
You know,
All right,
but
go ahead.
before you jump into your parting shot, all right, I want to just mine is just, it's FOMO. All right, it's about fear of missing out.
Yeah.
Right? I had it for a long time in my life.
You talked about this.
You still have it sometimes. There's still certain things that you may see on social media that, oh wow, this group of imaginary friends of mine went to that place and I wish I could have gone there and blah, blah, all this, instead of being present in the moment, instead of understanding that you control your right now. Like I more than anything now, the more clear I am and everything like that, I want to understand and live and love my right now instead of worrying about missing out on everything else that's going on.
Love it.
Like I've had time to do stuff that even just by myself, thoughts, to myself, not worrying about going to this, get together that's going on, and not because I'm afraid to go somewhere in public and I'm without having to drink or have the urge to drink. I really have lost it. It's going 3 weeks now, maybe almost 4 weeks or whatever it is. I feel really good about where I'm at with it, but the fear of missing out really boggles down what your actions are for right now. And I think people need to kind of control that. You know what I'm saying? So don't worry about the fuck everything else is going on right there. What's going on right in front of you? Make it the best you can. That's all I got. I mean,
I love that, dude. That's that. Hey, man, that's short and sweet, but it's beautiful. I love it because that's exactly what. When you say that, the first thing I think about is it's your choice. Like Cat Williams, they call it self-control. Yeah, you know what I mean. It is your choice.
Shout out to Cat Williams. Love that dude.
Your choice. One who went against Hollywood.
Right. Right. And now look at him.
All right, so it's funny. We talked about parting shots, and this is the first time where we've ever done back to back, right?
Come on.
Normally it's you or me or whatever, whoever's feeling it. But mine, I wanted to go with another acronym of YOLO, in which I know it's not really something that we say. It's more of the younger kids.
If you said YOLO to me, I'd YOLO your freaking face with my
kind of
foot.
like you saying out of pocket.
All right, continue on, son. So YOLO meaning you only live once, right?
Yeah, you only live once. So going along with the social media in general, too many people out here in this world who are brainwashed and trapped by things like social media, or the branding and things that they want to they out there want to trap us in. Too many people in this world are upset. Too many people in this world are jealous or envious or sad. And that's causing a wealth of problems in our psyches and our overall health, which goes back to so many things that we talk about. Life is too short to be sad. Quick number for you. The average life expectancy in the United States is 76 years. Okay? 76 years. If you really think about it, the first 16 years of your life, you don't have a freaking clue what's going on. You're growing, you're in school, you're catching
sponging. Right?
Yeah, you're sponging and you're catching knowledge from your parents and teachers and social media and friends, all these different things. The last 16 years of your life, a lot of people aren't taking in new knowledge. They're just existing and declining towards death.
Yeah,
right?
Ready for the final stage of their life, right?
Right. Then that's all they can think about. So we're thinking about that. That's 32 years off the 76.
So you're combining the 60. I get where you're going.
I'm combining the first 16, last 16.
So you're taking that off 76.
That's right.
Okay.
So now we're talking 44. Is that right? Quick math, right? 44 years.
Ding, ding, ding. Okay.
Now, the average person sleeps for a third of their life. So 75-year lifespan, the average person sleeping 8 hours a day, 25 years of your life you're sleeping.
Good God almighty.
So let's take
you're talking about
19
years
now,
of living.
Forget about even eating and working or whatever.
You're equating just to living just by doing that simple math.
Yeah, 19 years. Right?
That's not a long time.
It's not a long time at all, man. Life is short. You know what I mean? Think about how make conscious decisions with your time. You know what I mean? If you are in a job that you don't like, you need to think about it. You need to change that mindset. You need to maybe pick something. Maybe the job that you want is not going to be as financially rewarding, but it helps you in all your other facets. Learn to live beyond your means or live within your means. You know what I mean? So so you can make that job work. If you are in a relationship with somebody and it's not there, and it hadn't been there, then why
continue?
Are you wasting your time? You know what I mean? And people grow. Man, I'm not, and it's one of these things I wanted to talk about. I'm not envious. I'm not jealous.
Right.
You know, I see you and the wife, man, and I'm so proud of you guys with everything because you guys go through normal. I just happen to know some of the stuff, right?
Right.
But like, there's always going to be obstacles.
Right.
Nothing's perfect. It's always going to have good years, going to have some not so good years, but y'all have stuck it out and y'all are in such a healthy place and y'all stick together and y'all balance each other. You're a great team. I love y'all to death.
Love you too. That's phenomenal.
I'm so happy for you guys.
Right.
I'm not envious of that. I'm not jealous of that.
Right.
I had to walk my own road. Doesn't mean I don't want to, some story of my own. So if you're in these relationships or you're at that job or you think that you have to entertain the neighbors that you don't like, nah, man, fuck those neighbors.
Yeah.
Man, your life is
great point. I'm glad you said that. Continue on.
You know what I'm saying? So there's zero time to waste. You have to make those decisions now. Sometimes the person that you find that you do like maybe might not be the optimal or opportune situation that they're in or you're in.
No,
but it doesn't mean that that it's not going to be the most rewarding down the road.
Right.
You just got to let stuff play out. Make the change. Take the trip. Dance when you can't.
I love that.
Stop. You just have fun, man. Take the second pour.
Right. Nice.
You only live once.
I like that.
All right, listen. I found this.
I fucking love that.
I found this girl.
Look at
online.
this guy, Sean. Ridiculous.
I found this girl online, and I don't know who reposted one of her poems, but being a published poet.
Right. Google that.
All right, it's happened. But being a published poet, I love poetry. I've always loved poetry. You have crafted some incredible lyrics over music, right?
Sure.
You made some great songs that I'm a huge fan of. You know that. I liked the spoken word part of it, you know what I mean? And that depth of it. And that was kind of what I liked doing.
Sure.
And that was my problem, is trying to record a freaking poem to music.
You know
what I'm saying? Like I couldn't make it catchy enough, But anyways, so I wrote a short poem. Her name is Christina Marr. I don't know who she is. I don't know her. I don't get paid off her stuff, but some of her stuff is short, sweet, and beautiful.
Okay.
So really, really quick poem, and I think
Christina Marr.
Christina Marr. It says some of the hardest truths you will find are that what you prioritize. Okay, that what you prioritize will not always prioritize you, and what you want will not always want you, and what you love will not always love you. and you'll have to decide what you'll do with this. So incorporating that, social media looks at you as a pawn, right? That
Dollar
they
sign.
can, and a dollar sign.
Right.
There's people out there with fake lives. Stop living a life that leads to stress, that leads to worry, that leads to sadness, that leads to anxiety. Just go for what you want. We will all have to account for our actions at some point in time. Stop living in fear. Go out there and just go fucking get it.
It's okay. It's okay to manage fear. It's okay to understand it, but to live
Yeah.
that way.
Emotions, okay.
But to live that way, or to manage in fear, to be able to manage what it actually is, and what it is, it's always going to be. It's going to be that blockade. It's going to be that deal where it's like, look, this is the only path you can go through, and I'm blocking you right now.
You can't do this.
Where it's like, you know what, fuck, I can jump right over you and go right around you, or I can knock right through you if I want to.
That's
and
it.
you got to have that.
You got it. Belief in yourself, man, and go get it.
I think that's a phenomenal, poem at the end there, Christina Marr. Well done. I think your parting shot hits a lot of places that we were talking about here. The thing about the social media, I think we're going to have another 3 or 4 different episodes about it, because we can continue to go on.
Yeah,
about
it's a never-ending process on that one.
I think my main takeaway from this, if it's all right, control your identity through your authentic self, not through this cell phone filter bullshit.
Yeah.
Do it through who you actually are and how you. I like the fact that I can meet people and I can leave, walk away, talk about it to people that other people say, man, I met the greatest customer today. Awesome person, man. Da da da.
Yeah.
Or right, versus being just so engulfed in your own bullshit that you can't exist and just see what kind of awesomeness is out here in this world. I hope that doesn't sound too corny for the
No,
for the cool guys. But
I think what you just said was on point. The some of the best conversations you'll ever have are when you're present in the moment.
right.
Period.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Hey, Two Poor Podcast. All right, you got Instagram, you've got Spotify, we've got TikTok, and you don't
TikTok.
stop, right? We got all that.
That's it.
Listen, obviously we always want you to put your money and your local dollars into local businesses. We want people all day, every day to love the fact that the Two Poor Podcast is behind anybody who is trying to make a difference out there. Shoot us a message if you want us to help you out through your mission of, opening your businesses, or, that's what we're here for. Right?
That's it. Yeah, we got the platform for it. We love you. Thank you guys for all your support. We'll see you next time.
Come on. I'm all right with it.
Yeah?
I feel good.
Kind of dig that.
Shit, shit, you know what to do. Primo, crush when I give it to you. Friend or foe, yo, state your biz. You tend to know? There it is. Me, I run the show. And these kids don't like nobody coming around here fucking with they dope and shit. You enterprising though, and I like it. But fuck with the big dog, Joe, I gotta bite you. Look, it's out of my hands. And you getting money round here, it's not in the plans. Don't hop your ass out of that van, head back to Kansas. I'm sending niggas back up in campuses. Chances slimmer than that chicken Calvin Klein dances. Let me guess. They said it was money round here, and the rest is me stopping you from getting it, correct? Sorry to hear that. My guess is you got work at the hotel. I take care of that. You'll soon see.